In this lesson, I'd like to show you a set of new drum strokes that I like to call dynamic strokes. Now, these are basically a stick technique principle. It's about getting more contrast in the dynamics in your playing, so the difference between your soft notes and your loud notes. And it also helps you prepare for where you're going next. Are you going to another loud note or another soft note, etc. So I'll take you through the strokes individually. There's 4 new strokes to learn. And I'll take you through them, show you how to play them, and then I'll show you a few exercises you can use to develop them. The first stroke is called a full stroke. Now, it's called a full stroke because it travels the full motion from up here, down to the drum, and then all the way back up. So let me play a few full strokes for you now. So as you can see, it's an exaggerated stroke. Starts up very high, makes the stroke, gets a loud sound, and then rebounds all the way back up. That's very important here, the rebound from your strokes. And when you're practicing a full stroke, pay attention to the start and end point of the stick. You can even hold another stick here, make sure it's basically touching that stick at a 90-degree angle. Make the stroke, come back up to touch the stick. And it's just one clean motion. There's no swinging back before the stroke like a baseball pitcher or something like that. There's none of that. It's just starting position, stroke, and end position. Okay, so it's all about economy of motion, not doing any sort of movements except the ones that you have to perform that stroke. So that's the full stroke. So you've played your full stroke, you've come back up, and now you're ready to play the downstroke. So the difference between the full stroke and the downstroke is that the downstroke stays down after the note. And of course, it doesn't really work when you're playing them in succession like that, because of course, to come up again, you have to somehow bring the stick up. So you want to practice them separately like that, so there's a nice gap between your downstrokes. But again, it should sound the same as the full stroke. You're producing a loud note, but you're preparing yourself for a soft note because you're staying down close to the drum, which is where we want to play our quiet notes from. So our next note is quiet. It's called the tap stroke. And again, it's exaggerated. It's a very, very small note. The start position and the end position are the same. And we don't want any little flinches before we play the tap. We just want it to start there, go straight down and come straight up to where it started. Okay, now the last stroke is called the upstroke. So of course it's the opposite of the downstroke. It starts down here. It plays a little tap and then pulls up. With the left hand. Okay, so that completes the cycle of the 4 notes that we need for our dynamic strokes. The first exercise is just to play them all in a row with one hand at a time. So full stroke, downstroke, tap stroke, upstroke. Okay, so again, I'm exaggerating the dynamics. I want 2 very loud notes followed by 2 very soft notes. The second exercise is to actually put them together. So we are playing an alternating sticking now, but we're playing the same thing we just played. We're playing full stroke, downstroke, downstroke, tap stroke, tap stroke, up stroke, up stroke. So the same pattern, but now in an alternating sticking with one hand following the next. Here we go. And when you speed that one up just a little bit, you get you start to get the idea of why we're doing this, so that we can really effectively and fluidly get loud notes and soft notes. So let's play that same exercise with the tempo up just a little bit. Okay, the next exercise just uses the downstroke and the upstroke. So we're going to start with one hand at a time, just playing downstrokes and upstrokes, which you'll find is actually a very practical exercise. Okay, so now again, we're going to take that exercise and put the hands together. So we're going to play the same exercise with both hands, but now in an alternating sticking. Okay, the next exercise is in groups of three. We're going to play a downstroke, a tap stroke, and then an upstroke. So we'll have one accent and two non-accents. And again, this is just one hand at a time. Okay, so again, we're going to take that same exercise and put both hands together in an alternating sticking. Okay, so now it gets a bit more interesting. We're going to do again an alternating sticking pattern, right, left, right, left, right, left. But have the accent on the first note of every group of three. So right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So you would have noticed that the pattern there was down, up, tap, down, up, tap. Let me just bring the tempo up on that a little bit and really pay attention again to where the sticks are going and when they're going there. Okay, the next exercise is very similar to that. It uses that same down, up, tap pattern. It's actually applied to the single paradiddle. So it will be a 4-note sticking for this, because of course the sticking for a paradiddle is right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. And we're going to do the accent that we normally do on the single paradiddle, and that will be our downstroke. Down, up will be the left stroke, and then we have tap, tap in the right hand. So down, up, tap, tap, down, up, tap, tap. Here we go. A little bit quicker, but again, pay attention to where the sticks are going. And so you'll notice that the upstroke comes right up and it comes straight away. Down, up, tap, tap, down, up, tap, tap. And it seems exaggerated because it is. That's the point. We want to get that upstroke up as soon as we finish playing, because what's the point of staying down there? We want to get our stick up and out of the way and ready to play the next note, which is of course the big accent at the start of the next paradiddle. And that's the secret to when you see great drummers like Buddy Rich, who are playing ridiculously fast licks and rudiments and things. And that's how he does it. He pays really good attention to when the sticks are coming up. As soon as they can, they fly up here, ready to go anywhere, on a snare drum or all over the kit. So I hope you've enjoyed this lesson on dynamic strokes. And when you practice these for yourself, again, make sure you practice them really, really slow. Practice them individually at first. Pay attention to the tip of your stick. Is it starting and finishing at the same place? And really go for an exaggerated dynamic. So really, really loud notes and really, really quiet notes, so that you can really incorporate those dynamics into your playing. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I'll see you on the next one.